How many people dogs kill in Africa? Complete list by country. 1. Democratic Republic of the Congo, 5,500 deaths per year. 2. Ethiopia, 2,770 deaths per year. 3. Nigeria, 1,650 deaths per year. 4. Tanzania, 1,500 deaths per year. 5. Mozambique, 1,330 deaths per year. 6. Niger, 1,170 deaths per year. 7. Somalia, 1,150 deaths per year. 8. Burkina Faso, 880 deaths per year. 9. Burundi, 550 deaths per year. 10. Kenya, 520 deaths per year. 11. Guinea, 500 deaths per year. 12. Malawi, 480 deaths per year. 13. Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire, 569 deaths per year. 14. Zimbabwe, 410 deaths per year. 15. Republic of the Congo, 400 deaths per year. 16. Eritrea, 370 deaths per year. 17. Central African Republic, 225 deaths per year. 18. Liberia, 225 deaths per year. 19. Cameroon, 200 deaths per year. 20. Madagascar, 200 deaths per year. 21. Sudan, 200 deaths per year. 22. Mali, 300 deaths per year. 23. South Sudan, 250 deaths per year. 24. Angola, 180 deaths per year. 25. Benin, 175 deaths per year. 26. Senegal, 170 deaths per year. 27. Uganda, 130 deaths per year. 28. Rwanda, 115 deaths per year. 29. Ghana, 110 deaths per year. 30. Egypt, 100 deaths per year. 31. Togo, 100 deaths per year. 32. Morocco, 80 deaths per year. 33. Guinea-Bissau, 70 deaths per year. 34. Chad, 65 deaths per year. 35. Mauritania, 45 deaths per year. 36. Zambia, 50 deaths per year. 37. South Africa, 40 deaths per year. 38. Gambia, 35 deaths per year. 39. Lesotho, 35 deaths per year. 40. Algeria, 25 deaths per year. 41. Djibouti, 25 deaths per year. 42. Eswatini, 8 deaths per year. 43. Botswana, 5 deaths per year. 44. Tunisia, 5 deaths per year. 45. Namibia, 4 deaths per year. 46. Equatorial Guinea, 3 deaths per year. 47. Gabon, 2 deaths per year. 48. Comoros, 2 deaths per year. 49. São Tomé and Príncipe, 2 deaths per year. 50. Libya, 2 deaths per year. 51. Cape Verde, 1 death per year. 52. Seychelles, 1 death per year. 53. Mauritius, 1 death per year. 54. St. Helena, 1 death per year.